Can I tell you something a bit tedious? Humanity, for over 300,000 years, has been wandering the Earth sapiens with our industrial revolutions and colossal achievements. Skyscrapers, millions of kilometers of roads, all monumental. We have built magnificent things. Yet, despite all this, it feels as if we left no trace for eternity. Even if we vanish today, the universe will always remember us through literature, scientific advancements, a form of immortality. But the tedious part is this: if humanity were to be erased from the face of the Earth today, 500 million years later, if humanity were to be reborn somewhere and look around, it wouldn't find even a needlepoint-sized trace of us. Neither our colossal monuments nor our sky-piercing buildings, nor all our industrial masterpieces would have survived. It's a bit disheartening to think about, isn't it? But this information also raises a fascinating question: do you know? A question that many people have pondered, and one that has been the subject of numerous theories, even in fantasy literature, where ancient civilizations are said to persist among us. However, that's not our focus. We will delve into a study that beautifully formulates this intriguing question. In a paper published in 2018 by Adam Frank and Gavin Schmidt, where they introduced the concept known as the Silurian Hypothesis, named after a doctor who reference. Schmidt, a former NASA climate scientist, and Frank, a physicist and astronomer, don't personally believe in the existence of past civilizations. However, they used a scientific method to formulate this as a thought experiment and present some thought-provoking arguments. The main question is not whether other human-like or even more advanced industrial civilizations existed before us, but whether we might not be the first civilization on Earth. Perhaps there were other civilizations that rose, built monumental structures, and then vanished, leaving traces in the graveyard of civilizations. Isn't it an intriguing question? A bit unsettling, too. Let's explore the possibilities. Firstly, we must acknowledge that humanity has a relatively short history of industrialization, only starting to leave a significant impact on the planet in the last few centuries. Considering Earth's 4.5 billion-year history, if a highly advanced civilization existed millions of years ago and disappeared, finding their remains would be extremely challenging. The constant geological processes, such as continental drift and the recycling of the Earth's crust, make it difficult to preserve ancient layers. Moreover, fossilization, the process of forming fossils, is a rare occurrence and requires specific conditions, making it challenging to find traces of ancient civilizations. Currently, the majority of the world's population lives in cities, covering only a fraction of the Earth's surface. Our impact on the planet, particularly since the Industrial Revolution, would leave minimal traces, almost like a needle in a haystack. Now, if we look at the Silurian Hypothesis, Schmidt and Frank propose a fascinating scenario. They examine rock layers from approximately 56 million years ago and detect anomalous carbon fluctuations during the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum. This period coincided with a climate of exceptional warmth, suggesting conditions suitable for an intelligent species similar to us. However, the increased carbon levels could be attributed to various natural causes, such as volcanic activity or asteroid impacts. Similarly, millions of years later, another intriguing layer appears, showing a significant carbon release. Analyzing these rock records, future scientists might encounter anomalies that hint at our presence, but distinguishing between natural and anthropogenic causes would be challenging. In essence, the study by Schmidt and Frank doesn't assert the existence of ancient civilizations but presents a compelling thought experiment. It emphasizes the difficulty in identifying traces of past civilizations and highlights the paradox of potentially finding evidence that could be mistaken for natural occurrences. This information may guide our search for extraterrestrial intelligence, suggesting that the possibility of civilizations existing multiple times on a planet increases dramatically. It could even lead us to consider the likelihood of ancient civilizations on other celestial bodies, such as Mars or Venus, where conditions were once conducive to life. Most importantly, this knowledge prompts us to contemplate our fragile position on Earth. A once dominant civilization can reduce to mere centimeters in the geological record, reminding us that what we perceive as permanent can easily become a relic in the vastness of time. Even civilizations that ruled for thousands of years and thought they would last forever are now buried in the dusty pages of history. In conclusion, we don't necessarily need to look millions of years into the past. The idea of ancient civilizations, although intriguing, is challenging to prove definitively. Nevertheless, it's an enjoyable question to ponder until we meet again. Thank you for being here.